If you want to see some sensible transfers for your team, The Athletic are covering every club listed here, and you can get 40% off an annual subscription to start reading today. In this series, we analyse teams, identify problem areas, and suggest solutions in the form of incoming transfers. Today's team is Arsenal. Welcome to Sensible Transfers. Despite their FA Cup win, Arsenal remain a team in transition. Mikel Arteta, brought in to rebuild rather than refine, is caught between his stylistic preference for possession, positional play and proactivity, and what Arsenal are currently capable of. Arteta has promising youngsters, not least the electric, versatile Bukayo Saka, and pace in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Nicolas Pepe. But much of the squad is wrong for what Arteta appears to be trying to achieve. Against teams who sit deeper, Arsenal struggle to unlock defences. A quick glance at their squad metrics show no top-level players for passes into the penalty area, passes into the final third, or progressive passing. If Arteta is seeking to make Arsenal more dominant in possession and capable of creating multiple chances rather than a team that sits off and strikes on the break, this is a huge gap that needs filling. And of course, recent transfer business has been mixed. While Kieran Tierney has been good as he comes back to full fitness, and William Saliba should offer a lot in defence, Pepe costs too much. David Luiz looks customarily error-prone in a four-man backline, Lucas Torreira is out of favour, and Matteo Guendouzi has experienced disciplinary issues. With the departure of Sven Mislintat, the club decide the position that needs improving, and the transfer committee identify the player. Raul Sanllehi has been described as more of a negotiator than talent spotter, and his fabled network, including agents like Kia Joorabchian, could be a hindrance rather than a help as it pushes Arsenal's recruitment down clearly defined paths. The club that led the way in data use under Arsene Wenger, purchasing StatDNA, has stalled since. Arsenal largely use agents and less analytics. As Arteta seeks to change Arsenal's squad to fit his approach, these are the ideas we've identified as key. Arsenal need to be able to unlock defences better. Too much reliance is currently placed on Lacazette dropping off to link play, while the connection between the defence and midfield and the attacking line is patchy at best. We looked for midfielders who can progress the ball into dangerous areas and ideally could play as an attacking 8 as well as a 10. Monaco's Alexander Golovin's value has fallen as Monaco have struggled, but he's still performed well there, with nearly 2 key passes and 4 final third passes per 90. He's a skillful all-round midfielder who played in a variety of positions at Monaco last season. The inexpensive option is Angelo Fulgini. Angers are one of France's premier identifiers of young talent, and this attacking 8 or 10 is testament to that strength. He shows up very well in ball carrying and passing, creating 1.7 key passes per 90 and significantly underperforming his XG and XA last season, showing that there's more to come from the 23-year-old. The standout though, and therefore our pick, is Roma's Lorenzo Pellegrini. He's been linked with Arsenal before, and for good reason. Playing largely in the hole in Roma's preferred 4-2-3-1, he made 2.9 key passes, that's 9th of Serie A players with over 10 games, as well as 4.3 passes into the final third and 2.5 into the penalty area, all per 90. He managed 9 assists and 1 goal, massively underperforming his XG of 4. He carries the ball well, presses ably, and is a useful set-piece taker too. Pellegrini roams, even dropping deep to collect the ball, linking play in a way that means Arsenal's attackers could stay higher. While Roma remain committed to offering Pellegrini a new deal, his existing contract contains a €30 million buyout clause, payable in 2 instalments. He's exactly the kind of player who would dramatically improve Arsenal's ball progression and creativity. In short, he's precisely what they most need and is available at a price that they can afford. Arsenal's midfield needs go further than just a number 10. They also require someone who can contribute in defence, transition and attack, who's comfortable playing in a 2-man midfield and brings athleticism and physicality. Our picks are 2 young, all-round midfielders who wouldn't cost a huge amount. Toma Basic, the 6'2", left-footed 23-year-old Bordeaux midfielder, has been used as the more attacking midfielder in a double pivot this season. Defensively, he's solid, making 3.7 tackles and interceptions and 7.4 successful pressures per 90. He's also capable of getting the ball forwards, with 3 assists to go with his 1 goal and 2.1 key passes and 5.2 final third passes per 90. And he can also take a good set piece. Djibril Sow, Eintracht Frankfurt's 23-year-old defensive midfielder, is another all-round talent who can play as a 6 or an 8. He's managed 0.2 expected goals and assists per 90 from a deep-lying position, as well as nearly 4 final third passes and 1 pass to the penalty area per 90. 8 successful pressures per 90, roaming around the pitch, makes him a useful defensive presence, as do 4.8 successful tackles and interceptions per 90. Sow can also get forwards to help with attacking play, especially in the right channel, and is a dynamic player with a lot of potential. The Athletics pick is Thomas Partey, the Atletico Madrid midfielder. Partey is a defensive midfielder with the stamina and passing range to play higher up the pitch, imposing himself on games with his energy and intelligent reading of situations. He completes 50 passes, including 6.3 final third passes per 90, which is a high volume. He keeps play moving forwards, but always ensures he's there as a covering presence, making 4.9 successful pressures and 4.1 successful tackles and interceptions per 90. There's no doubt that he'd be an excellent signing, robust, energetic and intelligent, with a great all-round skill set. In William Saliba, Arsenal look like they found part of the long-term answer to their defensive selection issues. But he needs a more reliable partner than David Luiz or any of Arsenal's other centre-backs, ideally left-sided. An outside prospect is left-footed Maximilian Werber at 22. The RB Salzburg defender is a genuine ball-playing centre-back with pace and good passing. He does occasionally lack concentration, however, and it's a bit of a step up to nail down a starting spot in the Premier League. He is one to watch though. Alexander Djiku, a 25-year-old right-footed but left-sided defender, has only been at Strasbourg 1 season, but has been playing top-level football in France since the age of 19. He's a solid defender with 6 clearances, 5.1 tackles and interceptions won, and 1.3 blocks all per 90. A sometime defensive midfielder, he's very proficient with the ball too, capable of crisp vertical passing through the lines. Although only 6 foot tall, he's a physical defender and likes to get forwards to pressure the opposition. Our choice though is Ivan NDICKA, the 20-year-old at Eintracht Frankfurt. He's probably the most expensive option, but as a left-footed defender who is extremely comfortable in possession and capable of bringing the ball out, that's no surprise. His defensive numbers aren't actually that high: 4.2 clearances, 2.3 blocks, 3.4 tackles and interceptions won all per 90, but centre-backs are hard to judge on numbers alone. He's got good anticipation, covers intelligently using his pace, and is physically imposing. Still young, his reading of the game and one-on-one defending can still improve, but his potential is clear. Helpfully, he's also used to playing on the left of a back 3, which would allow Arsenal to play with a specialist on that flank. If you want to read a sensible transfers piece about your team, then you're in luck. We've expanded the series onto The Athletic, where dedicated club journalists have written a sensible transfers style article for every club listed here. And you can get 40% off an annual subscription to The Athletic by visiting theathletic.com/Tifo Football transfers. And start reading today.